Talk about a gem. We found it right here in Grove City, and the place is called Joden World Resources. And this is a place that's got the coolest stuff you ever imagined. It's the kind of stuff like you'd see in magazines, on magazines, because that's the stuff that's in here. Joe is the man who runs the place here.
Right, I'm the owner.
I got to tell you, what an amazing place. And you told me you have a slogan here that sounded pretty cool to me.
Our slogan is, you can go to a museum and look, or you can come to us and touch.
Come to touch. Now we look in this case here, you said this is like your museum case.
Yeah, this is a collection of the works of Carlo Giuliano, who was the favorite jeweler to Queen Victoria. And in this case, which we call our museum case, are some of the rarest museum true antique jewelry pieces in the world.
So do you sell some of these pieces then?
Yes, they are. They're all for sale. They're all for sale. And the type of thing that we have, for example, there's a piece or two here that'll be signed Edward Rex, made for the King of England. But primarily Giuliano's work was that he was the favorite to Queen Victoria. Wow. And we have a couple of really special pieces that were made specifically for the royal family, and I do have a good example or two of that.
Yeah, let's see something. I mean, it's really interesting to run into something that's got a story to go with it, right?
Well, this we were honored last year to have as the front cover of the Las Vegas International Antique and Estate Jewelry Show, which is the largest true all-jewelry antique show in the country.
We almost need a drum roll here, right?
And the piece you see on the cover is a bracelet by Giuliano.
Look at this.
Which is set with diamonds and sapphires and enamels.
Whoa.
And that's the rarest bracelet of its kind in the world today.
You're kidding me. What's the value of something like this?
$185,000.
$185,000. Okay, we're in Grove City, Pennsylvania. Joe, how do you find this stuff? Why do you have it, and how do you do it?
Well, we started out as a small town jeweler, and over the last 42 years, we've kind of evolved to where we travel the whole country. We go to Europe to buy certain types of antiques. These kinds of things are so rare that, to the most part, you can't buy them unless you have a friend who's trying to do you a favor.
Boy.
So that would be the case of this. This was actually bought from the jeweler who did the famous ring for Lady Diana.
My goodness.
So that we've become personal friends with them in London, and that's where we bought this particular item.
What do you got in the black box?
Well, the black box is something new to us. We just bought the estate of a somewhat famous Hollywood actress named Tamara Tormanova, and this is a suite of jewelry, as we call it, with a necklace of 250 carats of aquamarines, a pair of matching earrings, a ring, and a bracelet, and that, when it's put together, we call a suite. And this was made by a famous American maker named Mercer. That's R-U-S-E-R. And she was famous in the time of around the 1940s to the 1960s. She was primarily a ballerina, but she did a number of movies, including movies with William Wilder, Alfred Hitchcock, and so on. This was her personal jewelry.
She was in those famous black and white
Hollywood
productions.
Right.
Yeah. Boy, this stuff must have showed up beautiful. Do you think she ever wore this?
It was worn often, I'm sure.
Yeah. How much for something like this?
It's $150,000.
And aquamarine's beautiful, isn't it?
Aquamarine would be the birthstone for March. Many of these stones are found in South America. Some of them are African as well.
What else would you like to show us today?
Well, we have several things.
I've got a couple extra 100,000 left over here.
All right. We have several things that might be this sort of thing. Some of these are items that we buy from estates. We're very active buyers of antique and estate jewelry all around the country. And then some of them we actually manufacture in-house. This, for example, is bought from an estate. It's a 4-carat oval diamond. The center one is a ring that we have made with a 5-carat round diamond. And these are in various different types and ages. This one, for example, the stone in the ring is from the 1920s.
Wow.
And the ring next to it is something we've made right in our own factory.
So you're right here on the main drag in Grove City.
Main drag of Grove City.
Walk in, I saw some old Rolexes you could buy. I saw some vintage watches. I saw brand new jewelry. I saw, I mean, all kinds of beautiful stuff. But I mean, you've got the stuff that nobody else has.
Our claim to fame is that we're very broad range. Our range is such that somebody can come here with $50 and find something, and they can come here with $200,000 and find something.
Well, something for everybody.
I guess so.
Hey, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
I appreciate the tour.
Thanks.
Through history, too.